And we're back, people. Welcome back to the Bad Blood Podcast. Today we've got the gaffa on, Spartan BK FightClub, Christian Roberts. As always, we're brought to you by Mr. Bloom's Black Sea Oil Mechanics. Scott West Shellfish as well, fantastic company. Also, Spartan BK FightClub. With the boys, you know how we feel about yous are all the men. And I'd just like to give a big shout out to Ben Span over at Change Your Life, Put Down Your Knife. Making my ambassadors in Northumberland. We really honestly love the role, Ben, and we'll look forward to working with you, bro. Yeah, keep on the good work. Christian, where are you, my man? How is you?
Got it.
So, have you nursed the hangover from last Saturday then?
No, I didn't. Sorry, I'm just getting my fingers all the way. No, I didn't get pissed off out. You know, and famously said straight after as well that I was having some time off, but yeah, here we are again, planning.
Straight in. So, how, like, recapping Saturday off, I know you've done a one on live on Facebook, but overall feelings now it's properly sunk in. Are you pleased with how it went? How satisfied are you with the overall outcome of the event?
I'll never ever be satisfied with any event that I do, because you're always striving for perfection. But the fights themselves that took place on the show, I thought were some of the best fights we've seen yet at Spartan. And I look forward to doing it again.
So, who stood out to you mainly out of the card?
Standouts, I'm going to stand up, guys. Standouts for me were, you've got to say Aaron Lambourne, the way he beat Stevie Gold.
What a performance.
A tremendous performance. There was Jack McLeod, newcomer, looked very, very strong for a lightweight. Some really good performances. I mean, Corey Edgar lost his fight, but he turned up and he proved everyone wrong. So there was loads of things that I enjoyed about the show. But I'll never ever be satisfied with the quality of the show.
Right, there's absolutely no denying that it is actually the most exciting form of combat. Well, that's opinionated based. Because we had a little tunnel through. We managed to see some fights about one. And from the start of the card to the finish, it was just pure action all the way. Some big names stood out for me. You've got Lewis Francis taking on Oliver Brazil. That was a cracking scrap. Darnell John and
Scott Midgley.
Darnell John and Scott Midgley. That was a pag. I was really impressed with that. I just can't wait to see more of it. Have your pals over that run the show, have they got any news for the next one? Any dates or anything like that?
Yeah, man, February 27th, we'll land on Tyneside.
Yeah.
Geordie soil.
On the Geordie soil, we know the Geordie fans love the scrapping and that, so we're going to come up there on the 27th of Feb. We're going to have 20 action-packed fights with about 8 or 9 title fights in it. A couple of eliminators and a couple of bangers to add to it. So, yeah, man, exciting times. I'm looking forward to coming up to Newcastle. I'm looking forward to putting one on there because, like I say, Geordies are passionate about football and fighting. We look forward to entertaining, you know.
That's a style. So, on this card, that is going to be happening in Newcastle Tyneside. Are you going to be introducing more Geordies into the sport? Are you going to be bringing people from this area on? Or are you going to be coming with the normal local fighters that fight on the show? Or are you just trying to get everybody in amongst?
Well, I'm bringing the most famous Geordie out there on the show on the next one, and that's you, Matty.
Oh, don't be saying that. No, it's going to be cracking, eh? It's going to be better.
Other notable names will be Wayne Morgan Jr. will be appearing again. Chrissy Bennett will fight for an area title on the show.
Huge name.
Aye.
Massive name.
So, you know, we haven't heard of much more yet. So we were getting a few filtered through. Got Ryan Flavors on from the northeast. Getting as many as we can on from the northeast. But want to focus on making a good impression first time out in the northeast. philosophy, so I'm going to put some big motherfucking fights on that card.
So obviously, Spartan with learning like fighters over the pandemic, has it been stressful, or has it been pretty straightforward?
It's pretty straight fucking forward, mate. We're just borrowing whatever they want. And when, like I said in my video on the conclusion the other week, just need everyone to know that when the pandemic's over, pandemic promotions will carry on with my friends in Manchester and that, and they'll carry on putting the shows on, put some good scraps on, and passing all the good talent up to the main shows like the other branches. But it'll be a separate entity, of course.
I like the idea, because even though obviously it keeps the fighters fit, it keeps them active, and it gives them a chance to earn a wage. Obviously, it's good to keep it going. Will we see any like of the newcomers from pandemic, if they keep coming on the shows? Will we ever see them on a Spartan show?
Some of these fighters that fought on pandemic have already been signed to pro contracts.
Right.
That's the idea of the exercise, you know, that we have all these other shows to put the biggest talent on the biggest show. You know, Jack McLeod, the lightweight that come out and won last week against Tintin, you know, he's got a really bright future. He's signed instantly, straight from the show, along with a couple of others. This is what they're about, guys. They're about giving the fighters an outing on lockdown, because you can't just expect people to jump back in the pit after a year off, or 18 months off, or however long the government want to take the piss. No, sorry about it. But yeah, that's what it's designed for. It's to give lads an out to sign the best talent for me.
Obviously, we're making big waves of what we're doing over here. We've been getting praise from America, all around. Like, literally, how does that feel?
Yeah, man, listen, you know, I've said it before. I mean, I was asked a question the other day on the thing about saying what they would think of the other promoters and what the other promoters think of us. You know, I couldn't give a fuck what any other promoter thinks of us, to be honest with you. And I couldn't give a fuck what any other organisation thinks. You know, we're here to do our thing. You know, we're not here to be liked. We're not here to be loved. We're not claiming to be the biggest in the world or the best in the world or anything else. Listen, we're a fight club. We're on the market. We're putting people out there. We're giving ordinary people chances to fight off the street. They don't have to be an ex-UFC star or a fucking former box office big ticket seller or anything else. Just a chance to be yourself, man. It's a chance for... I want to make clear on this interview why we started this company. It was to get people to put weapons down and fight like fucking men in the pit, and, you know, go on with your life and your respect and stuff. But also, it was to give your normal average Joes off the street a chance to come and make something of their lives, come jump in the pit. You could be the next pit star. You could, listen, you could turn your life around, you know, put the weapons down, stop breaking the law, earn a few quid.
Gives you a purpose.
See how good you are, you know.
Aye, well, that's the way it should be. I mean, you're doing a cracking job, Christian. I mean, everybody knows that. It's bringing people off the streets. It's trying to decrease knife crime, and
we've just had somebody like stabbed up like this morning, 4 o'clock this morning, 5 o'clock this morning. The initiative must be spread, because, like I said, it's not the way to go on, and why you set up the company. I mean, did you ever envision the company getting to where it was now when you set that first initiative up?
No, I don't think anybody could. But I mean, we set out with a goal, and the goal was to, like I say, put weapons down, get people to listen. This is Great Britain. We're an island race. We love to fight, you know. So don't be a fucking pussy. Put the fucking knife down. Get in the pit. I'll put a good few hundred people in there, clapping and cheering. You'll feel good. You'll get out. You'll shake your opponent's hand, and that's better than shaking your solicitor's hand and doing it 15.
Aye, 100%. It does. Well, that's the thing with pit fighting. Like in them here deals, it's totally different. And when I was reading your post that you put on Facebook this morning, and it did hit us. It was like just genuinely about it could be anybody. It's not just boxing yet. Fair play, you've got a bit of an advantage if you can fight off. You've had some fighting background, but once you're in there, it's different. It's a scrap, and it's about who has got that hardest chin and who has got that punch accuracy. So it's anybody's game. And there's fighters in there that's proven it time and time again. Fighters with zero experience, are picking up like massive traction, gaining fans, belts along the way. So it gives them something to look forward to, it gives them a purpose, and it makes them feel a part of something. There's that. I'd rather have that than on the streets.
It does the both things, doesn't it? It's saving lives. But not just that, let's look at it a bit closer, you know. The amount of messages I get off fighters and other people that inbox me and say, you're helping me with my demons, you know, and thinking of mental health and things like that. Listen, mate, we're just glad to be helping. I also, you know, I had someone put on a thing on the post the other day, oh, you don't care about your fighters, you only care about money. Have I made a fucking dream? You know what I mean?
You've rushed off your feet, you must be stressed a bit.
And to be quite honest with you, I couldn't give a fuck about that either. No. You know, I made a former colleague and business partner and a friend who passed a promise that one day I would be running a company that's doing well for everybody, you know.
No, exactly,
and all I'm looking to do in here is just basically help people, you know. If the company gets that big where we all start making big money off it, then that's fucking brilliant. But if not, I'm quite happy to carry on helping people with mental health and, you know, and putting weapons down and keeping them out of jail and, you know, just doing good in general. Just, you know, a lot of people commit crime because they've got nothing to focus on or nothing to keep them going, you know. But this gives them a sense of the closeness in this fight club's fucking unbelievable. It's like a family, it really is. I mean, I seen a post yesterday about a guy who was having trouble in his personal life, and loads of the fighters jumped to his aid and gave him advice, and he put a thank you post up yesterday, you know, and it makes me proud to think that I put everyone together to do stuff.
Oh, you've got to feel some sort of self-satisfaction when you see...
Must like make you feel warm.
Like
the atmosphere at the show, it wasn't like a roster of people fighting each other, it was like a brotherhood. Like all these people were still representing the same company, but they were in there to breed each other, yard each other all over, but it was all love and
respect afterwards. It's just the way it should be.
It shows that it's working, because obviously you'd have loads of little divvies running about thinking they're class because they've had a few fights, but no, the reality is these are lads, hard lads, giving it big licks in there, but they're still all showing each other love, just like what it's about. So
there's no room for egos here, you know. We're smashing. You know, as far as I'm concerned, in the fighting game, the people that should have the egos are the people that are on a fucking roll. The people that are below that, and the people who have proven themselves, and the people who are trying to prove themselves. Have an ego all you like, but when you get in that pit, leave your ego at the door, man. Because all we are here is a bunch of brothers getting in, having a punch up, helping each other with mental health, helping each other put weapons down, and the rest of it. And we're going forward, and we all are there to help each other. So any of these big egos, I don't like any of the lads. I'm the fucking best out here. Listen, they'll soon get swallowed up. There's no egos in it. It's all about being a close-knit community, having a company. I'm not looking to become a millionaire off Spartan. Anybody who thinks you become a millionaire through BKB wants to kick it. It's just about being, like, you know, a lot of people think, because the lads inbox me a lot, you see, and they say, oh, you've turned my life around, you've saved my life, done this, done that. Really, they've saved mine. Because I'm just a two-bit street guy who's breaking the law all the time, but I've invented this. They're saving my life. This is my chance of doing something good for a change and something legal and help people along the way. So, listen, man, I'm fucking blown away, you know. So, no, I didn't envisage how big it'd get. I didn't envisage how close all the members would become and how good the group would be and all, like you guys, yourselves, everyone. It's just one big happy family here. And yeah, I know we get stick from the promoters, but listen, that's my bag. I get the stick off the other promoters. That's down to me. That's not down to those. The fighters are all close-knit and everything else. As for the other promoters, I'm not here to be fucking liked. I'm here to do the job. Do you know what I mean? I don't give a fuck whether Joe Brown likes me. I don't give a fuck whether Andy Bakewell likes me. I don't give a fuck whether any of the others like me. I'm here solely to give my lads stability within a fight club and push this fight club forward and make it all it can be.
Mentioning, since we're on that, how difficult is it to keep your promoter's hat on and your friend hat off? How difficult it is to like juggle that?
It's been really difficult and it's led to a lot of problems over the months, which I did put a post on the other week saying no more fucking about, no more friendly Christian. It's hard though, man. I don't ever see myself as the boss. That's what the problem is. you know, first and foremost, I'm a fan of the sport. You know, secondly, I do want to be everyone's mate, because I like all the guys that fight for me, you know, well, most of them. But, you know, it's hard, man, because I don't see myself like a boss. I just see myself as a fucking mega who's lucky enough to get pit side every single time.
Fair dues, fair play on that, fair play. So can you name any of the fights that, obviously you've put some out on Facebook for Pandemic 3. Can you just tell us, like, whilst we're on the podcast, what those fights are?
Yeah, we've got Brett May and Craig Parkinson as our lecturer. Both these guys are into this fight, so, you know, yeah, we're going to roll with that. That'll be Brett's first proper fight since we come back, so we'll see how he gets on. Marty Barnes, Leon Brazil for the European Light Heavyweight.
Fireworks.
You know, so that's a good fight. Jamie Hendry and Andrew Anthony will do it again, but this time there'll be a stone difference. So that could well go. Aaron Lamborn will appear. I can't tell you his opponent yet, so I've got to wait for him to agree the fight. But between me and you, it's Michael Marshall. Try and get this fight on.
Can we just
get that fight on?
Can we just say that that'll be a rematch from that first fight, which if you haven't seen it, go to the Spartan BK FightClub YouTube channel, and it's like one of the top videos. Have a look at it. What a war! What a war!
Sheer violence from start to finish. It's definitely worth watching. Like,
I think that's still the only pit fight I've watched, and I was in the crowd and I didn't feel safe.
It got out of hand really fast. I'm not surprised. Mint.
Yeah. Both these lads, I mean, sorry, I'm not going to say they hate each other, because they don't fucking know each other. It's just that two characters collide in the pit. Something's got to be big. Something's got to happen. There's only room for one of them to excel. So I'm pretty sure that the public will want to see which fucker that is. But on the last performance of Aaron Lamborn, I was very, very impressed.
I was majorly impressed. I mean, when he turned up, he looked like he was ready. Like
he meant business.
It really meant business, and I've never seen him look. I have seen him obviously trim, but I've never seen him like that, mate.
It looked like he'd been smashing the training in. He come in late, but he was just fast, powerful, ferocious.
Well, he said to me about a week before the fight, because you know you speak to Aaron on the phone. Believe it or not, he's a really nice guy, you know. We don't fucking look at him in person, but he is a really nice guy. And you know, when I got speaking to him a week before the show, he said, you know, I've got big respect for Stevie Gold. He's big in the game, you know. So for the first time ever, I've actually had a training camp for this fight.
So that was a reason.
It paid off. It really did.
Yeah, didn't it?
Just to be truthful, can you see anybody stopping him on that performance?
Yeah.
Many.
No.
Yeah.
Few.
I think, listen, if you're a fan of Spartan, or you cover anything of Spartan, you can all see where we're headed.
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
We've got Lewis Francis trying to fast track to a heavyweight world title. We've got Aaron Lamborn doing the same, Stevie Gold. Don't forget, we still got David Manor over in Italy, who come over and disrupted Andrew Ross for fun, with minimal fuss. Just jabbed the head off him in 30 seconds and busted him up, took the European title. He's no fucking joke, guys. He's going to be coming back next year and he wants world glory. I believe right now we've got the best heavyweight division.
Without a doubt.
No question.
Without a doubt. Me and Wayne were just talking about that last night. The depth and the names even still to come into the division just makes it, it's stacked, bro. It's stacked.
It's elite. It's like, that is exactly the kind of division that you want in bare knuckle boxing. Some real killers.
I've still got in the next 2 weeks, I think. I don't know. It's really tricky minefield signing fighters. You don't want to overlap contracts with other companies and stuff, but I can tell you there's fighters coming from other companies over to us in a couple of weeks. And I can also tell you, I'm about to announce in about a week a former opponent of Mike Tyson.
Oh. Oh, you've got me thinking now, boss man.
Ooh, aye.
You've got me.
But yeah.
You've put us off. You've put us off.
We just doing our thing, man. We don't give a fuck about the promoters. I don't give a fuck about, a lot of people always say to me, you hate Joe Brown, you hate him. I don't hate anybody. That's the fucking thing.
Yeah.
You see, do I respect them as people? No. Do I respect them as businessmen? Yes.
Yeah.
Do I respect them with the wealth of knowledge they've got at BKB? No, you could write it on a fucking stamp. They took a hay bales company, they've turned it into the big smoke, into London, all the bright lights, and Vegas. And, yeah. Mistake, Joe. You left the bales behind.
Mm-hmm.
I picked them up and running with them, and we're coming.
Aye.
And this is the fastest, most brutal, exciting form of BKB any of you will lay your fucking eyes on. In 2021, I fucking guarantee you, will be the year of the Spartan. 2020, even though we've been locked down, has been the year of the Spartan. Every fucking year will be the year of the Spartan.
Definitely. Like I said, that people presume since there's not much happening like on social media and stuff like that there's nothing happening. But the work that goes in the background is phenomenal. How do you deal with that on a day-to-day basis?
The thing is, the people that know me personally and know me closely, like Paul Spartan, Tony Meehan, that really know me from around where I live. So I never write anything down, I've got everything in my head.
Safest place to keep it, really.
Even Spartan Wars 9 is half done in my head.
Wow. Yeah. Is it that far in front?
I'm just waiting for results now from 7 and 8.
Some boy, mate. Some
Yeah,
boy.
it's, to answer your question from earlier about I'm shocked at how big it's gone. Of course I am, because I didn't expect to get the support that we've got from the public. But did I imagine that style of fighting I was introducing? Don't get me wrong, people have done the hay bales before me. And people have had different formats and stuff, but no fucker thought of making it as small as I did.
No.
And what does that induce? That induced come forward, knock out or be knocked out fighting. And that's what we want to fucking see. No draws. If you want draws, like I said in the post this morning, go MFI. Buy a fucking camera.
That's it.
You're not going to get draws in the pit, mate. What you're going to get in the pit is, if it's a draw at the end of the fight, we will speak to both fighters and get them both checked by the medics. And if they're both fit to fight, then there'll be another round to decide a winner.
Brilliant.
If not, and both fighters agree on a draw, then we will settle for the draw. But what fighter's going to agree on a draw?
Well, it is. It's for like you say, with it being in closed space, you've got to draw action, and ultimately that is what people pay for, action. So you're getting your money's worth when you're buying a ticket to these events. Ultimately, at the end of the day, you want satisfaction out of what you bought,
100%.
and you're going to leave that arena with satisfaction.
A fan wrote in the group after the show, I don't see how you can top that card. Tune in.
Get ready, put your seatbelt on.
Get ready on
It's
it.
just getting started, man.
That's the way we've got to be, though.
And like I say, next year we're looking to grow again. I'm obviously trying to sign. I put a post up this morning saying you don't have to be a UFC star or anything like that. But I am going to be adding some well-known names, household names to the fight cards for next year. The level is going to keep going up and up and up and up. So any fighters out there watching, up your game, man, because next year the place to be is going to be the fighting championships.
It is.
Can we say on like some of the fighters that's coming across?
Can you say it again? Sorry.
Can we say live on air like some of the fighters who we've signed and are coming across, or does it have to remain a little bit more quiet for a little longer?
Just a little longer, because if you tell people that you're going to sign someone and you haven't yet got the deal done, then because the sport we're in is full of fucking snaky, I'm not going to say it, snaky people, then you learn to keep your cards close to your chest until them deals are over the line.
We're just telling you, watch out, because they are in big signings. That's all I'm saying.
I haven't got a fucking clue. Big ones. But that's the thing. How do you think the current lads in the roster will deal with these big names? As like we've already established, it's not boxing, it's not MMA, it's like stand and bang. These are big names that's coming across. Big names. But we've still got to keep an eye on the lads that we've got at the minute, because they could still... They'll be up in their game all the time, and it's going to make them better athletes, better competitors.
That's what it's there for. The level of competition. Once the competition rises, it spurs it just creates more drive and self-determination.
That are with Spartan currently, I would say, up your game, man. Sorry about that. Put my fingers over it. Up your game, because as these names come in, I mean, look now, you've got the fight that was on last Saturday between Darnell John and Scott Midgley. You know, now let's look at that a bit closer. Darnell won that fight. Whoever won that fight was going to fight against Phil Baroni.
Yeah.
Now your name's going to go everywhere.
It is.
You know, if you're fighting Phil Baroni, he's going to get media coverage, and if you're fighting him, you're going to get media coverage. So,
exactly.
You know, Darnell's name is about to go all around the world, you know, and that's what we're aiming to do, get more of these stars in, go fight on the platform, and get our lads a bigger platform out there, you know.
Christian, did you see in some of the news clips and news articles what, obviously the UFC have released Yoel Romero, and like, I don't think Bellator or anybody else is interested in signing, but there was an article saying that he might be headed to BKFC. Get him signed up, bro.
I've got about as much chance of signing him as them pair of fucking idiots in London have got of getting McCrory and Hollifield on.
So what do you think?
I like Greg McCrory. I might go on record and say that. He's one of my favourite boxers growing up, mate. But I'm not being rude or anything. You can fight Evander, you can fight Glenn McCrory at the O2 for 10 grand, or you can fight Tyson in fucking Dubai for 100 million.
Exactly. Money.
We're going to London.
You know, London, fish, chips, couple
London bound.
So how do you know when there's rumours like that? How much does it drive you insane?
I read it and I think to myself, I don't know who's worse, them for putting it out or people for fucking believing it.
Aye.
You know, let's be realistic. I'm not knocking BKBTM in London. I think what they do is fantastic. The way they transform the company, fantastic. The style of BKB they put on, fantastic. In my opinion, they're always going to be second best to BKFC because they piss all over them for numbers, pay-per-views, a lot, and they've got bigger name stars on the show. You know, so it's good if that's the style of fighting you're liking. Now, this is only as Christian Roberts' personal opinion, not the opinion of everybody out there. But in my eyes, if I go to the O2 and I watch them dancing around like that, in a 7-round contest and they're coming out with just a blemish under their eye or a broken knuckle, listen, you haven't fought properly.
No.
Get in my fucking pit and you'll have your nose either side of your face in 30 seconds. The way I see it is this: if I was going to go to the O2 and spend £70 on a VIP ticket, I could get one for 70 quid and sit a bit further back and watch Tyson Fury.
That's it, like.
That's my opinion. Now, if you come to my shows and there's 20 fights on the card, I'll bet you fucking bollocks 18 of them are going to end as bad as you want them to.
Maybe he's in the first round as well. Like straight off the bat.
Well, a lot of the fights went a bit longer at the weekend because it made the pit bigger.
Yeah.
But next time we'll be using the big bales with the small ones in the corners to make a hexagon, to make it another foot so bigger, and then that should give us just enough room and just enough action to. Can't wait, man.
Gives off some footwork, doesn't it?
Talking back how you were saying, like, obviously you're not putting anybody in rank as in company and promotional companies. How, obviously BKFC, they get ex-combat sports athletes who have been in UFC, boxers and stuff like that. Have you found it difficult to get any like say boxers, UFC fighters from over here to try and transition? Has that been hard?
Of course it fucking has. Have you seen what the footage looks like on the internet?
That's what I'm saying. But like the day, like
Yeah, a typical example for you. I'm not going to name the athlete, but I spoke to an athlete last week, kind of got into the groove talking to him and stuff, and then found out how much he wanted to fight, and then sent him a fight over, and his reply was, "Are you fucking crazy? Is that even legal?" So yeah, it's all well and good, like I've told you, dancing around like fucking come dance with me or whatever they call it. I don't fucking know, dancing on ice, whatever. It's all right dancing around, showcases. Say, listen, Spartan's where it's at. Get in, plant your feet, and let's see who can fucking bang. That's listen, if you want value for money for however much a ticket for 20 fights, I'm fucking guaranteeing you come and see us. If you want to see brutality and knockouts, this is where you come. If you want to see the next fucking contender for dancing on ice, go to fucking O2.
Simple as that.
Simple as that. Right, Christian, do you want to give shout out to any special people, your sponsors?
Yeah, man. I'd like to shout out Scott West Shellfish, Jason McWilliams, and Ewan over there, always by my side, sticking with me. Same for Ecotech Systems, always ever present. Pixie Lou Entertainment, Extreme Cleaning, they're all my sponsors. Michael Hunker, they always throw me a few t-shirts in. By the way, I'm due to send me some t-shirts. So yeah, all those guys, anybody who helps us, you know, the fans, want to give a shout out to the fans. We've got the best fans in the world, man, and I know next year they're going to propel us to be the biggest out there and the best out there, and that's just for the passion of the sport. And I want a big shout out, Merry Christmas and New Year to all the staff, all the fighters, and including the new budding Anton Deck over there, which is yourself.
You're the top man, mate, honestly. Obviously, if you're up, you're going to have to let us know. We'll come and see you. But if we don't see you, obviously, you and the family enjoy Christmas. We'll speak to you.
I'm seeing Governor Furby really soon. I'm coming up there to check him. He looks like a better tanned version of me.
I will.
I'm going to come up and see him in a week or two. I'll definitely see you boys before Christmas.
Yeah.
But before I go, just want to reiterate to shout a massive thank you to all the fans, the fighters, everybody. Without you guys, none of this is possible. All the staff, everyone. It's been a fucking really weird year this year, 2020. But I do feel that we've powered through it, and I believe next year when the flag lifts, will be what fucking counts.
Exactly.
Honestly, and obviously with this being our last podcast of the year, possibly, I want to take the time now, live on air, to thank you, Christian, because we only started this in May. I do believe we've done an interview at the end of May, and then you asked if we would like to come onto the team. We would like to take a personal thank you to you and the guys in the background, because you've given us a new lease of life. We love combat sports, we love any form of the sport, and to be like involved in this, to be asked, means a lot to us. So honestly, mate, you and the team, I really appreciate it.
As well. I know the fighters love you, and I know the fans love you, so
it's all love.
Really, and it's been a pleasure to have you, lads.
We are Spartans.
Definitely, bro. Honestly, mate, enjoy the rest of the day, mate, and thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having me, boys.
problem,
Merry Christmas, everyone. Happy New Year.
Merry Christmas.
Same to you, boss.
Christian.
Same to you, boss.
Right, and before we leave, I'm going to give a big shout out to the Governor Sports and Nutrition. Pretty self-explanatory, as always. Weight gains, proteins, fight wear, training wear, you name it. That's at the Governor Sports and Nutrition. You can also get the Spartan BK FC clothing range on there as well. So check that out. We've got a brand new sponsor coming in as well, called Heathen Clothing. We'll be releasing more details when we get them, but we want to thank Heathen for joining the family. And last but not least, all the lads and lasses over at Team Mad, thank you for all the love, thank you for the sponsor, thank you for being a part of this team, and put your seatbelt on, because we're going on a fucking journey.
So, what do you think, cap the year off? I mean, like I said, we've only started in May.
Been a good year. We've met some good people. I'm happy. Just need more. And I think next year, 2021 is going to be the year that we're going to take our.
And while we're live on that as well, a humongous shout out as well to Terry and Ferguson over at AK Live, because I'm telling you, our podcast was done in my spare room, and like I can't even imagine like where we would be now without the studio.
Our little backbone.
So honestly, I know we might be complaining, we might be arseholes at times, but honestly, we really appreciate work. Always appreciate your work.
If you like the content that we release, just hit that little subscribe button on YouTube. It's one click, it's absolutely free, and it'll notify you for whenever we release any more content. So until then, stay safe and stay well.
We'll see you.
I'll see you later. Smack.